why Nissan outed me as being a former researcher for CIA operatives, part 3. So we've talked about Carlos Ghosn coming from an intelligence family, his dad working in the airline industry, part of Condor. Carlos Ghosn getting the job. He basically, when he became the person in charge of Renault, he was connected with Japan, and now he was connected with people that were Japanese war criminals. See, we protected the CIA Nazis, but we also protected Japanese war criminals. I don't know why we protected them, but we did. When I was a kid growing up, I remember my mom taking me to Japantown in San Francisco, and some of the people, they were missing fingers, and it was because they were like Yakuza. That's like Japanese mafia. And then my sister used to tell me that when we go then we go over to Chinatown, they're really close to each other, and they actually had a fortune cookie making place. That was so cool. You can make your own fortune cookies, and you watch the machine. It was neat. But my sister told me that in the sweet and sour pork, they'd put the fingers. Yeah. So my mom, when I was a kid, she used to take me to a lot of weird shit, and we had a Japanese gardener, and we were connected to the people. We actually protected a Nazi family. We protected the Hempels, and our neighbor was, they had a room with portraits, and there were Nazi portraits, and they had a kid, Christian, and he's now an executive with a major hotel chain, and the U.S. government funded him to go to Columbia University. We let all the Nazi kids go to university. A little frustrating for me when I had a student loan, you know, and all the Nazi kids get free college, but, you know, we had to give them college because we wanted them to. Why did we give the Nazi grandkids college? I think that's stupid. But the reason in the Cold War for us taking care of these Nazis that should have been like hung was we needed some of them to be South American dictators. Yeah, my aunt dated an Argentinian dude that my grandfather wanted to make president. That was part of Condor. And he came from a Nazi family, and I think everybody knows Pinochet, a Nazi. Yeah, we did a lot of Nazi shit. It's really creepy. I grew up around it. Now, I never had first-hand knowledge. I never made any decisions. I just babysat a Nazi kid, okay? And he's very successful today, and he never committed any more war crimes. So I think that my Nazi babysitting obviously left a good impression, and now he's a productive member of society. But I sure hope the CIA is not paying for any more college education for Nazi great-grandkids, because I think that program was a little bit of a bust. So getting back to the story, so my grandfather, okay, I'm making like a ton of these tapes because I want to explain why people are so paranoid about what I know. And the fact is, everything I know is just memories, okay? There's no guarantee that they're correct. I mean, I know they're correct because they're real, but you know what? Hey, the CIA can say she's a lunatic, she's crazy, whatever. But I want people to know. Oh, my grandfather told me that the mainstream media was taken over by the CIA after Watergate because there was no way in hell that would ever happen again. I mean, my God, that was horrible what they did to poor Mr. Nixon. And my grandfather, I don't even think liked Nixon. I don't even know. You know, he actually told me, you know,